Cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya.
I'm now going to turn around and rhythmically shake my body.
Stop! You violated the law.
For the past 3 weeks, I kid you not, I've seen TikTok after TikTok of people name dropping this Kaya and expressing their opinion on her. Literally every demographic of person ever is commenting on Kaya. From red-pilled men.
This is why women hate Cooking with Kaya, this Cooking with Kaya girl. It's because when you have a woman like Cooking with Kaya who is good at cooking, wants to cook for her man, is very outright about it, other women who don't do that, who think that it's not important, they get insecure about it because they realize, oh shit, my man is busting ass. I don't even cook for him.
We've even got annoying couples staging what it's like when you tell them you got this recipe from Kaya.
Wow.
It's good, ain't it?
This is the best thing you've ever made. Bro, where'd you get the recipe?
Cooking with Kaya. What?
You paying for her right now?
Bro, she a chef.
That's a great TikTok. Keep up the amazing comedy writing. But somewhere in between all of this madness and every person imaginable ever giving their opinions, there's actually a pretty interesting conversation to be had about Kaya. Is this a witch hunt, or is there valid critiques to be made of Kaya? That is what we are going to be discussing and looking at today. Hooray! But if you are new here, I feel I should introduce myself, otherwise I'm just a random man ranting at you on the internet, and that just feels weird to me. So my name is Cal, and on this channel we do videos talking about things we see on the internet, and then we all discuss it as a community, all sharing our different opinions down in the comment section below. Yes, so if that sounds like fun for you, please feel free to subscribe. Yahoo! The absolute TikTok phenom that is Cooking with Kaya. If you're basically to speedrun and describe what Kaya's content is, it is cooking content that is catered towards the male gaze. We've got food, we've got butt shaking.
Bro, I can take your man if he tried Kaya's chicken pasta. Cause welcome to another video. Cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya.
And we've also got TikToks like this. Ah yes, alpha males everywhere with a podcast are fist bumping and crying with joy right now. I genuinely thought Cooking with Kaya was like TikTok's first industry plant, and people were just being paid to talk about Kaya, because I'd seen so many TikToks talking about her, yet I'd never seen a TikTok of her. She was like this elusive creature. I was fully expecting like Sony Records to come out and be like, our latest big artist, get it, Cooking with Kaya? Cooking with Kaya. I don't know, I'm not a lyricist nor a songwriter. But due to Cooking with Kaya shooting to absolute superstardom on TikTok in a very short period of time, she's gone through like all the highs and lows of being on social media incredibly quickly. The praise, the admiration, the hate, the fake stories, it's all been there. In the short amount of time that Kaya has been on the internet, she's already been accused of being a minor.
Wait, huh? Sorry? Cooking with Kaya's 17 years old, as in 17 years of age. Chai! Cooking with a Maina, cooking with a Maina.
Kaya came out and clarified that she was 23, putting that one to rest.
How old am I? I'm 23 years old. I just turned 23 September 9th.
But this wasn't the only controversial battle Kaya had to face online, as people were leaking explicit fake content and then claiming it was Kaya. And this was when I realized, okay, no, this definitely isn't an industry plant to TikTok. This is just the absolute mess and hellscape that is TikTok. You get famous overnight and boom, you then suddenly become the center of online discourse. Yay! Terribly bad. Basically, the big basis for the argument surrounding Cooking with Kaya is men were claiming women were just jealous of Kaya. That's what all the outrage was about, because she's attractive, she can cook, and she can steal your man.
Girl, I can take your man.
And whilst I do not doubt for a second that some probably are genuinely upset that Kaya comes online and she's like, I can steal your man, and then decides to cook and dance some like basic low-hanging fruit content that they know some men on the internet will go crazy for. Others have been quick to point out that is not what their frustrations with Kaya is about. I feel before we get into that unfolding conversation, I should note that at base level, what Kaya is doing is rage bait, right? She is seeing all these interactions online of people butting heads over her content at this, you know, very basic surface level of men being like, oh, you're just jealous because Kaya can do it all. She's the ultimate feminine femme queen. She's a feminine nom. And then other people being like, why are you saying you're gonna steal my man? That's obtuse, that's obnoxious. What Kyra is doing throughout all of this is rage baiting. You know, she's being like, I can steal your man. She's self-aware of what's going on, and she's leaning into it more and more because she's seeing she gets lots of feedback on the internet, which means likes, clicks, and engagements, which means for Kaya, money, securing the bank, but at what ethical and moral cost? Ah, good old discourse, it will always sell. Wee woo. But when the internet is not arguing over this rage bait, the other argument people are putting forwards is that Kaya's content reinforces outdated gender roles and social expectations of women being subservient to men. Oh dear. Basically, lots of red-pilled men swarm around Kaya and use her as like a poster for what a woman should be like, and this is why men want women like Kaya. That's what it should be like, right? Yeah. And this is where the real big clashes are happening. And the tough thing with this conversation is, because there are these red-pilled portion of people using Kaya as this example of what they want in a woman, perhaps, she then becomes the poster for the conversation around this. And due to that, she quickly becomes the center of the critique. And when we're discussing things like people reinforcing outdated stereotypes of how, you know, men and women should conduct themselves within society, Kaya is becoming the center point for that conversation, which is kinda unproductive and not really fair. Kaya is a product of her environment. And basically what I mean by that is Kaya is simply using the things that have historically always worked under our patriarchal society. A woman's sexuality and being submissive to the man. I think the thing here to remember is throughout all this discourse, Kaya is a symptom, not the cause. See Kaya as like one of the many heads of Hydra. You know, trying to ruin her by making up how old she is, or by things like releasing sex tapes and claiming it's Kaya to try and ruin her reputation will not stop the problem. Another person will come and simply take Kaya's place. So let's actually look at this conversation of like the stereotypical gender roles and how Kaya is being used as a case study or argument piece in what these red-pilled men, such as Gabe No Victim, very interesting choice in username, and how they are using Kaya to get across their points. And how I first came across Gabe No Victim was because of this content creator stitched with his content.
When you have a woman like Cooking with Kaya, who is good at cooking, wants to cook for her man, is very outright about it, other women who don't do that, who think that it's not important, they get insecure about it.
I'm gonna stop you right there. This video makes me especially sad because this man used to be my middle school crush, and it looks like he has grown up to be a red-pilled content creator. So, you know, that's fun. That video that I just stitched has gone viral. And in it, he is talking about women hating a specific cooking influencer because she can cook and they can't cook, and that makes them insecure because they're gonna lose their man to a woman who can cook. Really thought-provoking stuff here. So I went back to his profile to check out his content, and I noticed, oh, he has a lot of followers. How cool is that? I wonder what he's up to nowadays. A lot of making fun of women. A lot of making fun of women on the internet. Yeah, a lot of manosphere bullshit. He clearly rode that incel craze and built himself a whole platform off of it.
People are arguing that content creators like Gabe are just trying to orchestrate this fake beef, this fake drama, that women are outraged and so annoyed with Kaya, like this comment pointed out. Honestly, it's so interesting. I've seen so many videos of men accusing us being threatened by her, when most of us wouldn't have even known who she was if they didn't bring her up in the first place. And this is it, content creators like Gabe are using Kaya as this component to basically push stereotypical gender roles, and this is where the big discourse is occurring. So I went and checked out Gabe's original video, and you can see people try and explain to him that his argument just isn't really all that.
This is why women hate Cooking with Kaya, this Cooking with Kaya girl. It's because when you have a woman like Cooking with Kaya, who is good at cooking, wants to cook for her man, is very outright about it, other women who don't do that, who think that it's not important, they get insecure about it because they realize, oh shit, my man is busting ass. I don't even cook for him. I don't even do this, that, and the other for him. And another woman can come in and steal him simply because she knows how to cook and will cook for him. It's not about the food. It's not a, it could be the shittiest fucking toast ever. Microwave bullshit. It's the gesture alone, women. So for all you women out there that don't think it's important, I hope a Cooking with Kaya steals your man.
You know, there's dozens and dozens of comments of women saying they cooked for their partner, they cooked for their man, and he still cheated. 14 years, cooked, house cleaned, lunches made, solely took care of the kids, and he still cheated. He will cheat if he wants to. I cooked, packed his lunch, cleaned, paid half the bills, stayed in shape, washed and folded the clothes, did all the shopping, and that man hated me. The issue is clearly not, you know, people hating on Kaya. It's the fact that Kaya is being used by certain people to, you know, try and promote stereotypical or trad relationship dynamics of how a man and a woman should conduct themselves when they're together. And clearly this is not me trying to demonize stereotypical gender roles or whatever, or if you find yourself in a traditional relationship where you may be a stay-at-home mother, or you do things around the house like cooking and cleaning, and you know your partner, in the stereotypical case, the man is going out and working, whatever. I'm not trying to demonize that. If you want to do that, that's not breaking any laws. But people are just trying to clearly get across the point that this Hollywoodified dream of what family should look like and how we should take on these certain roles isn't all that in reality. You know, you can do all of these things. You can be the perfect wife, but they can still cheat. There are huge risks with being, you know, a trad wife. Think about how loads of people made videos, myself included, on trad wives last year. How those trad wives glorifying this lifestyle without actually educating people on the risks of entering into that type of relationship. Huge employment gaps. You know, how are you going to explain you've got no job for the last 20 years? Well, I was looking after my man. I basically had to baby him for the last 20 years because he couldn't cook or clean himself. Don't care. You've got no job experience. I'm not hiring you. And then he left me for somebody younger with no financial stability. Whoa. Oh Lord. People are just basically just trying to show you that the reality will be pretty different for most people. And also, whenever somebody comes online and they are like the stereotypical image, or they conduct themselves in a way that you would typically associate with like a masculine man or a feminine woman, these very binary views on gender, they often become an example of what I want a real man or I want a real woman to look like. You also see this with men and masculinity and how a man should conduct himself online stereotypically, like he should pay for all the bills. There's that whole discourse argument about how people expect men to pay for everything. So content pieces that may be leaning towards the stereotypical female gaze or the stereotypical male gaze, regardless of their intentions, end up being these things, these case studies that people will use to try and push the traditional norms. And if you're thinking, well, what's wrong with Gabe Cow? Just leave him be. Let him have his stereotypical trad views on masculinity and femininity and what we should do in this lifetime. Okay, yeah, if Gabe just wanted to document his trad life and do his thing, yeah, no problem with it. But this is also the other types of content Gabe is doing.
Good man will love you regardless of how much of a hoe you are. That man happens to be your father, not me. The easiest way to lose respect from a man is to have sex with him too soon. I don't know why no one's saying that, but that's the truth. Every guy knows it. We all fucking know it. Let's not pretend like it's not true. A girl puts out, you hook up with her, you lose a little respect for her.
Like, this is the most bro-tastic content ever. But at least in this piece of content, Gabe finally became self-aware.
You guys are going to think this is very profound, but I really think that everybody's life would improve exponentially if we all just learned to shut the fuck up. Me included.
When you are siding with content creators like Gabe, this is what you're helping perpetuate within society. And Gabe is not the only one in this conversation. There are literally dozens and dozens of videos of guys pedestaling Kaya, and whether it's knowingly or unknowingly, pushing this type of ideology.
It's crazy, but like universally with all men, a Cooking with Kaya is really what we all want. She bad, she cook for you. Bruh, she just like that, bruh. And it's all so simple, bro. Like, when the women say it's all so simple, nah, y'all be lying, A lot of times, sometimes y'all want this thing one day and then another thing the next day. You know, like, y'all have y'all cycle and shit, but with us, we the same every day. And that Cooking with Kaya, I ain't gonna lie, that's what we want every day. I don't skip a video, nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Every time Cooking with Kaya pop up on my screen, I gotta watch that video.
The focus in these conversations, which is what people are trying to get across, should be about the societal systems and platforms that perpetuate this type of content. Social media platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram are all built on algorithms that prioritize engagement above everything else. Famously, content that causes outrage, controversy, or in this case, intense discussion, tends to perform better because it generates high levels of interaction amongst people. You know, sharing, liking, commenting. It gets it to the top. This means that creators like Kaya, who intentionally or unintentionally stir the pot with her "I can steal your man," are rewarded with more visibility and by extension, greater financial opportunity. So in that we acknowledge that is Kaya this evil Sith Lord that's trying to do something truly terrible? No, she's doing what millions have done before her. It is not inherently or directly Kaya's fault that now you've got like red-pilled men being like, yeah, this is what a woman should be like, yo. Women don't even cook no more. These platforms are not distinguishing between positive and negative content. They're not thinking about, is this at the detriment of society? All they care about is you staying on their app. And what this does is it creates a feedback loop. So if Kaya sees, I'm gonna take your man, gets lots of views, she is then incentivized to lean into that, to be more provocative, to be more polarizing, to be more male gaze orientated, because it guarantees her that higher visibility, those views. Whether you love her or hate her, you're going to be watching her content. The absolute success of Kaya's content really does just show how societal's views around gender roles are so basically deeply embedded within the digital platforms. Well, women had Duke. Everybody loved him. Everybody was obsessed with him. And let me put on my pick me, choose me fedora for what I'm about to say. As I know some people would be like, he's pandering. No, you can see clear as day the treatment of a woman who is suddenly becoming an it person or very popular online is completely different to that of a man. Another example of this is cooking with moolah.
Cooking with moolah, mouthful with moolah. Cooking with moolah, mouthful with, you know what I'm saying? Look, today, oh shit, juice finna drip off the plate. We don't waste no food.
Someone who's basically come online to be the male equivalent of cooking with Kaya. I don't see moolah being put under the same levels of scrutiny. Not that I'm calling for any party to be scrutinized. I think there's really interesting conversations to be had here about the things that are perpetuated in society, but I don't think it should just be this all-out witch hunt on Kaya, dissecting every aspect about her to try and work out if she's some sort of like evil overlord or human. I just think she's an operator within the world, and she's just doing what she knows sells. However, around that, interesting conversations can be had about what is being perpetuated online and why that is. And I know some of you may be thinking, oh, Cal, it's just online. It's not that deep. Please take off the fedora and go back to being a relatively normal man. No, in 2025, I will be the pick-me king. Social media does not exist in a vacuum. Those things you see online and the discussions being had do represent the values within society that we all operate. Kaya's content does so well because it taps into the deeply ingrained societal norms around beauty and gender roles. And when there's not that portion of people celebrating her for those reasons, there's also the counter to that she faces backlash because of the growing tension between traditional and progressive views on gender dynamics. Problem is not just as simple as Kaya's content exists and it's bad, because I really do not think that is the case. The conversation is about acknowledging that it thrives in a system that rewards it. By focusing solely on the individual creators, we are attacking the puppets rather than the people operating these things, the systematic forces that enable and perpetuate these dynamics. This conversation is just like messy and blurred lines though, because like platforms rarely ever take accountability for the social impact of the content they promote. Well, people are engaging with it, so it's just there. Hey, we're just the middleman. We're just the brokers. What happens online is up to you lot. But also within that, again, you have to acknowledge that what Kaya is doing isn't inherently bad in any way whatsoever. She's cooking and having a dance. There's nothing wrong with that. And to say people can't do that on the internet would be just so unfair and just not a serious thing to say. Rather than like demonizing Kaya or calling for her content to be removed, or just the weird hating where people are like, I don't even think she's that attractive. I don't get the hype. The meals look bad. No, this just isn't productive to any conversation. The focus should be on addressing the root causes of these issues, you know, holding these platforms accountable in their role in shaping user behavior, what they're rewarding. But realistically, will that happen? I don't know, because rage bait sells, outrage sells. It's just way more engaging than authenticity. This content creator puts it really bluntly about their feelings around the Kaya situation. And I think some people have found their tone really polarizing, you know, saying that they come across trying to be like, yeah, I'm so smart and cool and intelligent and know what's going on. But I honestly think if you can just kind of look past that, that's just their unique selling point to make them stand out online so that they're, you know, different to the other people voicing their opinions online. And that's fine. There's just truth in what they're saying.
Hey, quick question. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but do you guys ever get tired of hating somebody into a career? Because you guys do this a lot. You find somebody you don't like very much, a new creator, an old creator, someone who annoys you. Cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya. And then instead of blocking them, you know, something that would withdraw the energy that gives people currency and a platform, you talk about them incessantly. So much so, in fact, that you begin to put them on the feeds of people who never would have known who they were otherwise. Let's go over this again. Attention is currency. The best thing you can do if you want someone to go away, to not succeed in the public eye, is ignore them. Never talk about them, never acknowledge them, never leave a hate comment, never share their content to your friends, nothing. Otherwise, as per usual, because y'all still have not learned this lesson, the people you claim to hate will be paying their bills with your anger.
If we didn't engage these people, then it wouldn't happen. But also, that's just not the reality of the internet a lot of times, because it just turned into a firefight when everybody was just like, this is great, and everyone else was like, no, like, everybody gets sucked in. So, I don't know. This is nice in theory, but can it happen? Who knows? Another talking point in this conversation is content creators claiming that the controversy around Kaya shows that a lot of people aren't girls.
Cooking with Kaya is just another example that y'all ain't really girls. And I just love how y'all keep exposing y'allself that the girls thing ain't real. I've been saying the girls thing wasn't real for a long time, and everybody thought that I was just being mean. But now everybody's finally getting to see that I wasn't being mean, I was being honest. It's not real. Y'all are mad, and I'm going to say jealous, at the fact that there's a bunch of men making videos talking about how attractive this Cooking with Kaya girl is.
And I bet you're thinking now, what can Cal possibly say about this? He's not a girl. Yeah, valid. Correct. I agree with you. But here's what some people are saying online. Yo, I'm a girl's girl, but this girl pissed me off. Why are we defending a girl that is so self-absorbed and nasty that she makes ridiculous comments about stealing other men? I feel like she's missing the whole point of why most girls are hating or even talking about it. And that of course goes back to the previous point of the actual wider conversations around Kaya and how red-pilled men are pedestaling her. I think even if you do just acknowledge it is rage bait, Kaya definitely does just play into all of this though and further goads the men on. Like somebody commented eating out Kaya and she heart reacted it. So it kind of like eggs them on to be like, yeah, keep going. Don't stop now. What this does is it promotes and further okays this type of behavior of women cook but make it sexy, and she likes it when I say crazy things in her comment section. Yeah, I've just realized I've kept this hat on for way too long now. Maybe this is just my new style. Maybe I just am the fedora man. Milady, that was bad, I'm sorry. But you know, game's a game. We all just become the thing that makes us popular online. The self-fulfilling prophecy of Cal and Kaya. And though whilst the majority of this conversation has been about trying to take the witch hunt away from Kaya and moving it more into the systems at play, I do still, however, want to make it clear that Kaya is not free from criticism. In fact, one of the most notable critiques of Kaya has nothing to do with her cooking or her dancing, but instead revolves around her enter into the cryptocurrency world. Ah dear, here we go. You just know where this is going, don't you? Kaya promoted her own cryptocurrency coin, a decision which clearly was just going to spark so much backlash online. And I feel this does just give us insight into her morals and ethics. As you know, the world of cryptocurrency is often full of scams, volatility, and just a complete lack of regulation from any authority, which in turn makes it a minefield for like the average person that just sees an influencer promoting something. I want to get rich too, I want to win too. And influencer endorsed cryptocurrencies have time and time again famously faced a lot of scrutiny due to like the huge financial losses it often brings fans and followers of said influencers. What influencers tend to do is leverage their parasocial relationship with their audience to, you know, promote their coin. And it just makes it seem like this you can't lose scenario, but pretty much the majority end up losing apart from the influencer. But hey, like this content creator says, if you're gonna get parasocial over some food and some dancing, well, that's kinda on you.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. If your man is the kind of man who's gonna fall for like food and then maybe some cake shaking, maybe reevaluate the kind of men that you bring into your life. And fellas, if you are the kind of man that will fold for food and cake shaking, I don't think I can accept you.
I'm joking. Kinda. Anyways, though of course crypto coins aren't just like an obvious outright scam, and we shouldn't just say that, promoting a coin like Kaya has done just aligns her with this pattern online where influencers come online and profit off the expense of their audience. Who cares about my followers' financial well-being? I've been promised lots of money by the cryptocurrency companies. Yay! I can't take myself seriously in this hat, but the hat stays on. Many are calling this a pump and dump scheme, where the coin's worth is inflated by the influencer and then sold off when everyone buys in, leaving most of the investors at a loss. You know, another big example of this is the Hot Tour girl. She promoted a currency and then lots of people were like, this is kind of messed up, this is not good. And also famously, lots of celebrities have been called out or faced lawsuits for endorsing various crypto coins. This is just like the perfect example of securing the bag without any ethical or moral consideration, where the content creator doesn't really care about that audience. They just see them as one giant cash cow, and they see that big number on the contract and they're like, yeah, sign me up. An example I can even personally give to this, and although, you know, social media isn't my full-time job yet, but I would love to be a full-time YouTuber, it's just not financially viable right now. I get offered brand deals sometimes, but if I don't understand or know anything about them, I'm not gonna take it. I had this sex toy company try to get me to advertise this sucker sex toy that I was told to, you know, advertise towards my women audience. But what the hell do I know about like the Suckmaster 6000? That's not its real name. I'm not going to give it its real name because that would just defeat the point of not doing the advert. But like me coming on here and being like, I love the Suckmaster 6000 and so should you, would not be, you know, progressive. It wouldn't be me breaking down the barriers of talking about sex and taboo. It would be content creator that does not care about audience, who has never used the product, so can't actually give any authentic review on it. It's like, this is so much fun. I love the Suckmaster 6000. Do I actually have anything around me that I can use as the Suckmaster 6000? Oh, my PC cleaner, one sec. Before the Suckmaster 6000, I had no fun with my life, but now, oh my god, the Suckmaster. This is so weird and silly, but you know what I mean? I'm just trying to get across the point that as a content creator, yes, we're all aware you can make lots of money, but please do it at some level of ethicalness. Like me, I'm the Pick Me King 6000. I know I'm not that thought-provoking in my videos. I kind of state what we all think, but I put it into a long-form video package so that you can watch it while you draw or eat food or whatever, and I can just be some background noise. But even with my self-awareness of that I'm not groundbreaking or whatever, I still won't sell you the Suckmaster 6000. Also, it didn't really look like this. This would be alarmingly large if this was a Suckmaster 6000. I think that would send you to the ER. But then again, I have no clue, as I'd never used the product they were trying to get me to sell. Nor did I feel comfortable asking anyone I know if they had used this product. I feel like it's a weird one to bring up to my friend. So, have you used the Suckmaster 6000? No, well, let me tell you about it. I'm gonna get back on point with the actual point I'm trying to make in the video now. This is getting silly. But this is all just simply the commodification of parasocial relationships. Even ones that are built on like male gaze and rage baiting. And that is just like the double L for the viewer or follower. If they're not brain rotting themselves by gooning over your cooking videos, they're then financially worse off for believing in your coins. Zooey mama, what a hot pot of conversation, hey? Also, just like another argument I've seen online about Kaya is some people have a problem with her because their boyfriend watches her, and maybe they're even commenting on Kaya's videos, thirsting after her. I generally believe that shouldn't be a reason to demonize Kaya though. That is very much your partner's problem. If they're with you, but they're also lusting after random people on the internet they don't know and trying to flirt with them or whatever, or be down bad in the comment sections, they've got a problem on their hands there. And if you as a person are not comfortable with your partner doing that, then don't be with them. It really is as simple as that. That's not Kaya's doing. If your partner can't control themselves and they're like thirsting over random people on the internet they don't know whilst they're with you, and you feel that's a breach of your trust, leave them. It's not the person's fault. It's not the content creator's fault. Yeah, that was just another side note conversation I saw online. It's actually probably one of the first things I saw about Kaya online that people were arguing over. But what if my partner's seeing this and gooning over her? If your partner's gooning over random women on the internet, leave. That's fine. If you're not comfortable with that, leave. Or if you have an honest conversation with them and you're like, why are you thirst following so many women? And they don't want to stop, leave. Yeah. I feel I've kind of voiced my opinion on most of the things I've seen online about Kaya. I think to conclude, basically, I just really want to stress that I don't believe the witch hunt should be centered towards Kaya, and I don't think in truth that's what most people are getting at. I think, yes, maybe some people genuinely dislike her for her rage bait and leaning into the male gaze content, being like, I can steal your man. Some people are genuinely upset with that. But I think the overarching theme of what people are trying to get across, how Kaya is a product of a much wider conversation about social media platforms incentivize creators to lean into this provocative, gender stereotyped content, whether it be divisive or rage bait or incite anger. Social media doesn't care as long as people are engaging with it. And from that, we can see the societal norms that are being represented around gender roles and the commodification of identity. And thus, boom, hey presto, you get content creators like Kaya. What is that like saying? Don't hate the player, hate the game, I suppose? Without change on like social media and within society, another creator will simply take Kaya's place if she left. So like, what do you take away from this? Well, I guess referring back to this video, but yeah, conscious engagement online. But then also I'm super aware that when you get people in comment sections being like, yeah, this is how women should be, that must be incredibly annoying. And you almost want to reply because you're like, I hate that your opinion is taking up space on the internet, and then boom, but then you just feed into the, I don't know. The whole thing stresses me out because you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. I suppose having the open conversation is always going to be a good thing, right? You know, talking about why this content gets big or like what it represents in society and such. I think now I just want to open up this conversation with the audience, with you all, the community, because like I find myself now going like in a circular motion of like, how do you conclude on this? And I think that's where I really enjoy this channel, where I just share it with you and we start discussing it, sharing our different views and opinions. I think at base level, Kaya is just a content creator having fun and just playing her hand and working within the sphere online that clearly works. And then from that, there are wider conversations that can be had, and I think that's the part I'm interested in. So yes, let's discuss. Yan team, it is now time for show and tell. If you're new here, basically I just do show and tell at the end of every video, kind of just to decompress from the topic I've talked about, just for a bit of light-hearted fun, I suppose, all in all. And I'm kind of looking around because I'm in a new location again. I'm still in my apartment, but I'm still filming on my couch that is kind of broken and uncomfortable, or my bed, because I just felt a bit weird filming every video on my bed. I'm now in like my desk space just against the wall, and I'm trying to look around what I've got to hand here. You know, your boy's always got his FNAF collection by his side, but I think what everybody actually really wants to see me talk about again is the Suckmaster 6000. Oh boy. Ah! Me on the Suckmaster. How do you... Here I am, the Pick Me Boy 6002. I'm running for the biggest Pick Me commentary channel on the internet 2025, and I'm here to empower my woman audience with the Suction Sucker 6000. Oh goodness. The suck... I just in case people aren't convinced, but I am joking. I use this to clean my computer. It blows all the air out of the insides. I was just doing a bit. I don't know why I'm explaining the joke. That was needless. Anyways, this has been your boy Fedora Cow. And a like and subscribe to me is a like and subscribe to... I actually had nothing else to complete that sentence. But hey, there'll be another video here if you want to watch another of my videos. If not, that's also okay. And I shall see you all soon or around, maybe in another video. Hopefully. Okay, bye. Or in the comment section. Okay, seriously now though, bye. I'm going to go now. I would like to stop this video at some point right now. Okay, bye.